English Leap Podcast.
Learn easy English with Speak English Like a Pro. Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and real feelings at the same time. I'm Mia, and I'm here with Jason.
Hey everyone, it's really good to be back.
How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing all right, actually. A bit tired, but in a good mood. What about you?
I'm good, feeling calm today. You know those days when everything just feels a little easier?
Yeah, those days are rare, but when they come, you really notice them.
Exactly. And I think that's interesting because feeling good shouldn't feel rare.
Yeah, and that is why I want to open today with a small experiment.
An experiment in a podcast. I love this already.
Think back to the last time you felt genuinely good. Not just okay, not just getting through the day, genuinely good. Energetic, clear-headed, optimistic, alive.
That is a harder question than it should be.
For a lot of people it is, because feeling genuinely good has become almost unusual, almost special, when it should be the normal state of a human being.
And most people assume that feeling good requires something big to happen. A holiday, a promotion, a wonderful piece of news.
When actually the research says something completely different. The research says that how you feel on any given day is determined almost entirely by your habits, the small, ordinary, repeated things you do or do not do every single day.
Not the big events, the small, daily choices.
And this is the most empowering and the most uncomfortable truth about health and well-being at the same time. Empowering because it means feeling good is within your control. Uncomfortable because it means you cannot blame circumstances forever.
The empowering, uncomfortable truth.
The best kind of truth. And today we are going to talk about the specific habits that science and real human experience consistently show produce the biggest changes in how you feel, think, and function.
Not a list of 20 things you need to do perfectly every day, not an overwhelming transformation that requires a completely different life.
Simple habits, accessible to anyone, starting today, with the life and the time and the energy you already have.
And while we talk about these habits, your English is growing because everything we discuss today, the vocabulary, the phrases, the ideas, are exactly the kind of English you need for real conversations about health, well-being, and the life you want.
This is a B1 level episode, clear, warm, and practical. We will explain the important vocabulary as we go, and near the end, we will have our word tour with 10 powerful expressions from today.
Before we go further, one small request. If this podcast is genuinely helping your English and your life at the same time, please like this episode and subscribe to the English Leap podcast. It keeps us going and it brings more learners into this community.
And in the comments, today we want to know, what is one healthy habit you already do consistently? Just one. We want to celebrate what is already working for you.
Okay. Before we get into the habits, let us establish something important, something that changes how you approach all of this.
What is that?
Habits are not about discipline. They are about identity.
Say more.
Most people try to build healthy habits by relying on motivation and willpower. They feel inspired, they start something, and they keep going until the motivation disappears, which it always does.
Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. They go up and down depending on your sleep and your stress and the weather and whether you had a good breakfast.
And building a life on feelings is like building a house on sand. It looks fine until the tide comes in.
So what do the people who actually maintain healthy habits long-term do differently?
They do not ask the question, how do I feel like doing this today? They ask the question, who am I?
And when the answer to who am I includes the phrase, I am someone who moves their body every day, or I am someone who protects their sleep, the habit stops being a daily decision. It becomes an expression of identity. And you do not negotiate with your identity. You just live it.
Warmly. So, as we go through today's habits, we want you to think about them not as things to add to your routine, but as qualities of the person you are becoming.
Not, I should drink more water, but I am someone who takes care of their body.
Not, I should sleep earlier, but I am someone who protects their energy.
That small shift in language produces a massive shift in behavior, and your English just got more powerful at the same time.
2 improvements for the price of 1.
Always. Okay, habit 1. Protect your sleep like your life depends on it.
Because it does. Not dramatically, but genuinely.
Sleep is not passive. It's not just the absence of being awake. Sleep is the most active restoration process your body and brain perform.
While you sleep, your brain processes and stores memories. It removes toxic waste products that build up during the day. It regulates hormones, repairs tissues, strengthens your immune system.
Everything your body needs to function well tomorrow is being prepared tonight while you sleep.
And when you cut sleep short, all of those processes get interrupted. And the result is not just feeling tired, the result is a version of you that is measurably less capable in almost every way.
Less focused, more emotionally reactive, more likely to make poor decisions, more likely to reach for sugar and caffeine to compensate for the missing energy.
More likely to procrastinate, more likely to feel anxious, more likely to be short-tempered with people you love. The sleep-deprived person, a danger to themselves and everyone around them.
We've all been that person. And we've all noticed how differently everything feels after genuine restorative sleep.
So, the first and most important healthy habit is this. Decide what time you need to be asleep, not in bed scrolling, actually asleep, and protect that time fiercely.
And the biggest enemy of sleep in the modern world is the screen, specifically the bright light from phones and televisions in the hour before bed.
That light signals your brain to stop producing melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Less melatonin means longer to fall asleep and lighter, less restorative sleep.
And you will feel like a different planet in the morning.
Habit 1. Protect your sleep, non-negotiable. Everything else in your health is built on this foundation.
Habit 2, move your body every single day. And before anyone starts making excuses, hear us out.
We are not talking about the gym. We are not talking about an intense workout. We are not talking about anything that requires special equipment or special time.
We are talking about movement, any movement for any duration, every day without exception.
Because the human body was designed to move. For hundreds of thousands of years, people walked, lifted, carried, climbed. Movement was not exercise. It was just life.
And in the modern world, most of us have accidentally engineered movement out of our days almost completely. We sit to work, sit to travel, sit to eat, sit to relax.
And our bodies were not designed for that level of stillness, and they protest in the form of low energy, poor mood, physical tension, and a general feeling of flatness that many people accept as just normal.
It's not normal. It's the result of a body that is not being used.
So, the habit is simple. Move every day. 10 minutes is enough to begin. A walk around the block, stretching for 10 minutes in the morning, dancing while you make breakfast. The breakfast dance, a highly underrated health strategy. Completely underrated. And the science is very clear about what even brief daily movement does to your brain chemistry. It releases dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. These are the brain chemicals responsible for mood, motivation, and the general feeling that life is worth engaging with.
In simple terms, movement makes your brain feel better immediately, for several hours afterwards.
And the person with the better brain chemistry makes better decisions about everything else. Better food choices, better work, better relationships, better sleep.
Movement is not one habit among many. It's the habit that makes all the other habits easier.
Habit 2. Move your body every single day. Even 10 minutes, especially 10 minutes on the days when you feel you have no time. Those are the days you need it most.
Habit 3, drink water before you do anything else in the morning.
This one sounds almost insultingly simple, but the impact is real and immediate.
After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. Dehydrated means not having enough water, and even mild dehydration affects your brain function significantly.
Studies show that being just 1 to 2% dehydrated reduces concentration, increases feelings of fatigue, and negatively affects mood. 1 to 2%. That's not dramatic dehydration. That's just a normal morning before you've had anything to drink. And most people respond to that morning brain fog with coffee, which is a mild diuretic, meaning it actually causes your body to lose a little more water.
You're thirsty, so you drink something that makes you slightly more thirsty.
The magnificent irony of the modern morning routine.
So the habit is simply this. Before the coffee, before the phone, before anything, drink a glass of water. 1 full glass right after waking.
It takes 30 seconds. The effect on your clarity and energy within the next 30 minutes is genuinely noticeable.
And then have the coffee. We are not suggesting any unpleasantness.
We would never be so cruel.
Water first, coffee immediately after. Civilization is preserved.
Habit 3. Water first thing every morning. 30 seconds, immediate results.
Habit 4. Feed your brain as carefully as you feed your ambitions.
Oh, this one goes beyond food.
Way beyond food. So most people understand that physical food affects their body. You eat well, you feel better physically.
But far fewer people apply the same logic to mental food. The information, the content, the conversations, the media that you consume every single day.
And the truth is that mental food affects you just as powerfully as physical food, sometimes more.
Think about the first thing you consume mentally every morning. For most people, it is their phone. News, social media, messages, other people's opinions about everything.
And within the first 15 minutes of being awake, their emotional state has been shaped entirely by external inputs that they had no control over.
Someone else's argument on the internet, a disturbing news headline, a photograph of someone's seemingly perfect life that makes yours feel smaller by comparison.
And they carry all of that into their day, into their work, their relationships, their own internal voice.
So the habit is to be intentional about your mental diet. Intentional means making conscious, deliberate choices, rather than just consuming whatever is in front of you.
Start your day with mental food that energizes rather than drains. A podcast that teaches you something, a few pages of a book that inspires you, 5 minutes of quiet with your own thoughts before the world gets in.
And it does not mean avoiding all difficult news or pretending the world is perfect. It means choosing when and how you consume it, rather than letting it consume you first thing in the morning.
Curate your inputs the way you would curate your food. Not everything that is available should be consumed, and not everything should be consumed at all times of day.
Your brain is the most powerful tool you own. Feed it accordingly.
Habit 4. Be intentional about your mental diet. What you consume mentally shapes who you become just as much as what you eat physically.
Habit 5. Build 1 moment of stillness into every day.
Stillness. In a world that celebrates busyness, this word feels almost rebellious.
Quietly rebellious, the best kind.
And by stillness, we do not mean meditation in the formal, complicated sense that puts many people off. We mean 1 moment each day where you are not consuming, not producing, not performing, not responding.
Just present, in your body, in the room, in the moment.
5 minutes, sitting with a cup of tea and not looking at your phone. A short walk where you leave the earphones at home and just listen to the world around you.
Sitting outside for a few minutes and simply looking at the sky.
And this sounds so small, it seems impossible that it could matter. But what it does to the nervous system over time is remarkable.
We live in a state of almost constant stimulation. Something is always demanding our attention. Every notification, every ping, every scroll activates a low-level stress response.
And our nervous systems were not designed for continuous stimulation. They need recovery periods, moments of genuine quiet where the alert state can soften.
And without those moments, the stress accumulates layer upon layer until people feel chronically tense and exhausted without being able to explain why.
Because nothing dramatic happened, just 1,000 small moments of stimulation with no recovery between them.
And one small daily moment of stillness interrupts that accumulation. It gives your nervous system the signal it has been waiting for. You are safe. You can rest. The world is not about to end.
The reassuring stillness message to your nervous system.
Everything is fine. You can breathe now.
And over time, those moments of stillness compound into a noticeably calmer, clearer, more resilient version of you.
Not a different person, just a less overwhelmed version of the person you already are.
Habit 5, 1 moment of stillness every day, non-negotiable. It is not wasted time. It is maintenance for the most important machine you will ever own.
Okay, before the word tour, let's tie all 5 habits together with one final thought.
These 5 habits are not 5 separate things. They are one integrated system.
Sleep gives you the energy to move, movement gives you the brain chemistry to make better choices, water gives you the clarity to be intentional about what you consume, intentional inputs give you the thoughts that make stillness productive, and stillness restores the energy that sleep tonight will complete.
It's a cycle. Each habit feeds the next, and the whole cycle feeds the version of you that is capable of everything else you want.
The better career, the deeper relationships, the confident English, the life when someone films it, you'd be proud of what they captured.
Remember that question from the beginning?
We came full circle.
And the answer to that question is not determined by what happens to you. It is determined by what you do every ordinary day.
These 5 habits are 5 answers, 5 daily votes for the version of you that you want to see in that film.
Cast your votes today, all 5 of them, or even just one.
Because one is a beginning, and a beginning is everything.
Okay, word tour time, 10 expressions from today. Let's make them yours permanently.
Listen, repeat out loud, and notice how naturally these words connect to your own life.
First expression, restorative.
Restorative means giving back something that was lost or used up. When sleep is restorative, it genuinely restores your energy, your mental clarity, and your emotional balance. Not all sleep is equally restorative. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is the most restorative kind.
For example, she noticed immediately that her sleep had become more restorative since she stopped using her phone in bed. She woke up feeling genuinely refreshed rather than just less tired.
Or a restorative practice is any activity that gives back more energy than it costs. Rest, nature, gentle movement, genuine connection. These are all restorative. Repeat restorative.
Restorative.
Slowly. Restorative.
Restorative. Next expression, reactive.
When you are reactive, you respond to things as they happen rather than acting from your own intention. External events control your emotions and decisions rather than your own conscious choices.
For example, poor sleep made him significantly more reactive. Small frustrations that he would normally handle calmly felt enormous, and he responded with emotion before thinking.
Or the goal of healthy habits is not to eliminate all difficulty in life, but to reduce your reactivity to it, to give yourself enough internal resource that challenges don't overwhelm you. Repeat reactive.
Reactive.
Take your time. Reactive.
Reactive. Next expression, melatonin.
Melatonin is the hormone produced by your brain that signals it's time to sleep. Light, especially the blue light from screens, suppresses melatonin production and makes it harder to fall asleep naturally.
For example, when she started dimming the lights and putting away her phone an hour before bed, her melatonin levels rose naturally and she fell asleep almost 30 minutes faster than before.
Or melatonin supplements are available, but the most effective way to support natural melatonin production is simply to reduce artificial light exposure in the evening. Repeat melatonin.
Melatonin.
Slowly, melatonin.
Melatonin. Next expression, dehydrated.
Dehydrated means your body doesn't have enough water to function at its best. Even mild dehydration affects your brain significantly. Concentration, mood, and energy all drop when you are even slightly dehydrated.
For example, he had been experiencing afternoon headaches and low energy for weeks. When he started drinking more water throughout the day, both problems largely disappeared within a few days.
Or most people are mildly dehydrated for much of the day without realizing it. The thirst signal is often not felt until dehydration is already affecting your performance. Repeat, dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
Take your time. Dehydrated.
Dehydrated. Next expression. Intentional.
When something is intentional, it is done on purpose with full awareness and a clear reason, not by habit or default or because it was simply in front of you. You chose it consciously.
For example, she became intentional about the first content she consumed each morning. She chose things that energized and inspired rather than things that provoked anxiety before her day had even properly begun.
Or intentional living means making active choices about how you spend your time and attention rather than letting life happen to you by default. Repeat intentional.
Intentional.
Slowly. Intentional.
Intentional.
Next expression, accumulate.
To accumulate means to gradually gather or build up over time. When stress accumulates, it builds layer upon layer until the total amount is significantly larger than any single event would produce.
For example, no single notification was particularly stressful, but the accumulation of hundreds of them throughout the day created a background tension that he felt but could not easily explain.
Or small healthy habits accumulate into significant health improvements over months and years. The change is not visible day to day, but it becomes unmistakable over time. Repeat, accumulate.
Accumulate.
Take your time. Accumulate.
Next expression, curate.
To curate means to carefully select and organize things according to a specific standard or purpose. When you curate your mental diet, you do not consume everything available. You thoughtfully choose what serves your well-being and growth.
For example, she curated her social media feed deliberately. She removed accounts that consistently made her feel inadequate and added ones that informed, inspired, or made her laugh.
Or curating your inputs does not mean hiding from reality. It means being selective about when, how, and from whom you receive information. Repeat, curate.
Curate.
Slowly, curate.
Next expression, stimulation.
Stimulation is anything that activates your senses, your attention, or your nervous system. Modern life provides almost constant stimulation through screens, noise, notifications, and an endless flow of information.
For example, the nervous system needs periods of low stimulation to recover from the constant demands of modern daily life. Without those recovery periods, chronic stress and fatigue become the baseline.
Or deliberately reducing stimulation in the evening through quieter environments, less screen time, and calmer inputs prepares the nervous system for restorative sleep. Repeat, stimulation.
Stimulation.
Take your time. Stimulation.
Next expression, integrated.
Integrated means combined into a unified whole where different parts work together and support each other. When habits are integrated, they are not separate, isolated actions. They form a system where each one reinforces the others.
For example, the 5 habits we discussed are not a list of separate obligations. They are an integrated system. Each one creates the conditions that make the others easier and more effective.
Or integrated habits are more sustainable than isolated ones because they support each other. When one is strong, it carries the others forward. Repeat, integrated.
Integrated. Slowly.
Integrated.
And our last expression today, compound.
To compound means to grow by building on itself. Each small addition creates the foundation for the next. Compound growth starts invisible and then becomes dramatic over time.
For example, The compound effect of 5 small daily habits over 1 year produces a version of yourself that is almost unrecognizable compared to the person who did none of them. Not because any single habit was dramatic, but because small things compounded relentlessly.
Or the frustrating and beautiful truth about compound growth is that it is invisible for a long time. Then one day you look in the mirror and the difference is unmistakable. Repeat, compound.
Compound.
Take your time. Compound.
And that was our word tour for today. 10 expressions that connect your English to some of the most important ideas in how you live your daily life.
And now our final thought, the one we want to sit with you long after this episode ends.
You do not need a new year, a new month, a Monday, a dramatic life change, a perfect moment that never seems to arrive.
You need today, this ordinary, unremarkable day, which is the only day you have ever actually had anyway.
And on this day, you can drink a glass of water when you wake up. You can move for 10 minutes. You can put your phone away 30 minutes before you sleep.
You can choose one thing to consume today that genuinely feeds you rather than drains you. And you can sit quietly for 5 minutes and simply breathe.
5 things. Any one of them doable today with the life you have right now.
And if you do one of them today, and one tomorrow, and one the day after that, something begins to compound.
Slowly, at first, invisibly, on cold coffee Tuesdays that feel exactly like every other Tuesday.
And then one day, not far from now, someone hands you a camera and says, film your life as it is today.
And you smile, because you know what they will capture.
Someone who is moving, someone who is building, someone who chose themselves every ordinary day until the extraordinary became their normal.
That person is already inside you. These habits are just the way you let them out.
Go let them out.
Go let them out, starting today, not tomorrow.
Definitely not tomorrow.
If today's episode gave you something real and something useful, please like it, subscribe to the English Leap podcast, and share it with one person whose life these 5 habits could genuinely change.
Because everyone deserves to feel genuinely good. Not just okay. Genuinely, fully, beautifully good.
This is Mia.
And this is Jason.
Wait. I cannot believe I keep doing this.
Every single episode.
Every single one. Okay.
This is Mia.
And this is Jason.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Go drink some water right now before you do anything else. Your brain will thank you within the hour.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.